was good. You know what I do?
Yeah.
Every morning, my thing is, I try not to use my phone, and I try to do like some sort
Lie.
of morning. It's not morning.
What?
Morning.
Okay, fine.
Like the
True.
first thing after I drop off RS, like I try not to use my phone, like calls or messages or emails or browsing, whatever exercise that I choose to do, which I have booked for myself, which is all pre-booked, वो मैं करती हूँ. उसके बाद I'm like to the trainer, or the I run to the bag and give the piled up messages, whatever. Because my thing
Yeah.
is, the minute I see my phone and all the messages and all the whatever,
Yeah.
and God forbid if there's something थोड़ा सा disturbing, like ये हो गया, it just मेरा mood off हो जाता है.
Okay.
Like I just can't feel like I want to do anything, and my mind starts thinking about whatever it is, right? So that's what I try to do, and I think it's
good, yeah.
little things that I'm trying to do to get better habits.
Yeah?
Yeah. What are you doing for better habits?
Oh my God.
Improving yourself in what sort of ways?
Yeah, no, many things. But actually, just on that, I wake up and I'm -7. Nazar kuch nahi aata unless I put my glasses on. Obviously, I don't sleep with like contact lenses or whatever. And nazar bhi nahi aata, and I take my phone and I'm like, उसके अंदर देख रही हूँ कि क्या schedule है ये वो. So the first thing I do, and I need to stop that, जो तुमने अभी बोला है, like,
Yeah.
I don't, and messages also, I quickly check कि, okay, fine, it's okay to check your group messages from your family or whatever.
Yeah.
But I quickly check in because, you know, lots is happening. My parents and sisters,
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
live in the same city. So, but even then, you could give yourself, I think, that little bit of time
Yeah.
without immediately going to the phone.
Yeah.
Oof.
My thing is, the phone
Should
is
learn
always
from
on loud. कि God forbid if anyone is
Mine's always on silent.
हाँ, तो someone can call and I'll know. But otherwise, मैंने बता दिया हुआ है सबको, like people who I really think they need to know. Between this time, don't message me because there'll be no point. I'll be doing some sort of exercise because I know कुछ important नहीं होगा.
One bad habit of mine is that you asked me a question, so I first let me tell you the story.
So
and I didn't answer your question,
which
but that's a bad habit. Which was, what am I doing?
Yeah, to improve yourself, become a better person.
You know, it'll sound very silly or just like obvious, but like better breathing.
Yeah.
Has, oh my God, made me, you know, like just improved so much in my day, the way I behave. It sounds again very obvious, कि Annie, what are you saying? मतलब सांस लेना. But honestly, like I think I'm someone who just sometimes you know, reacts really quickly, doesn't breathe deep till my diaphragm, like shallow breaths.
Okay.
And just that deep breathing, it goes to your brain better, that oxygen, and it just makes you, I think, just more aware. It makes you calmer. It makes you more relaxed, more able to make better decisions. It has like,
you do it at home?
Yeah, just breathing, dude. Like honestly, I think just you know.
I thought you do like a class or yoga or nothing.
No, but like
okay.
Sure, because like doing meditation and things like that, where it is a lot of breath work. It for me, because it's not even now. I'm like, you know, like I'm just like so like. Oh my God! After I got married, I think because I am quite a reactive sort of person who like takes short breaths and just, you know, like things happen and I'm like quick to react, and I don't necessarily take that time to breathe, to think, assess, and then act. Like literally, like I'm going to talk about my husband. He was like, Annie, you just need to take deeper breaths and
slow
you'll
down.
see, and slow down. And just and you'll see, and literally I had never meditated till after I got married. Like how pathetic is that? Mujhe to, I was like, meditation, it never, I just never thought about that, you know, and I was just going away the way I was. And the first time I actually sat there and I put some app on, I think it was Headspace or whatever, it was an app, and I was like, okay, you know what, I've heard all this stuff about meditation, I need to see, does it work? And I, you know, Hajra, when I was sitting there and taking those 10 minutes out to do proper deep breathing with the counting, because it wasn't coming naturally to me, I like cried so much.
Why are you in a rush? Because you're in a rush generally. You want to get on with it and get too many things done.
And I think that happens to a lot of us. Like,
I'm a restless soul. I want to fit a million things in one day. And in fact, वो तो मैंने realize कर लिया, I cannot sit down. I cannot not do anything, and knowing I'm not doing anything is just not a great idea for me. So it's fine. But what I've done is tried to like pace myself in doing realistic things that I'm not going to get disappointed, because I like to do things,
Yeah.
get it done, and thoda zyada extra kar liya, I'm very happy also.
Certain habits that I have, like one thing is meditation, breathing. I'm still not very regular at it, but it definitely, whenever I do take time to breathe, to meditate, to reflect, I feel like the things that seem so negative, or all that noise, या जो भी आपके दिमाग में, so many things, and you're like tick, 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 like that kind of just ebbs away. You get better perspective.
Huh.
Many good things come out of it. So that's definitely something that I think, just take time to breathe deeper, slow down, and you will see the positive effects of that. Therapy is another one. Many things happen, life happens, as women, as men, whatever, so many things happen. I am a big advocate for meeting professionals if you can, but everybody can. Thoda sa time, you need to take out to just sometimes talk to somebody who's not a friend, who's not family members, who's just a professional, to deal with things that not necessarily you're not able to, or you just need sort of a different perspective on. Because sometimes our friends and family, they know too much. It's very different when you see somebody who's a professional who just comes at a completely unemotional, very objective place. I think that has helped me deal with certain things, trauma, things in the past, and then made me in turn a better person, and given me some tools. Like, some of these therapies are not कि बस आप बोले जा रहे हैं और लोग बस सुन रहे हैं. They are giving you like exercises, whether it's journaling, listing out things, making a list of positives and negatives, whatever it is. There's many different approaches to therapy, and there's actually practical things that you can do, which therapists, or even just going online and googling, but having somebody in person or on Zoom, and reinforcing and telling you these things, I think is really, really helpful. So that's something 100%, and I keep going back when I need it. Like someone has said, like आपका जो दिमाग है या whatever is in your head, it's like an attic or a room. मतलब वो dust keeps collecting, and you need to keep cleaning.
Absolutely.
And you have to keep doing that. ये नहीं कि एक दफा आपने अच्छी सी सफाई कर ली और बस आपका जो आपको mental space है वो बस बिल्कुल साफ हो गया. You need to keep keep cleaning.
I mean, it all stems down from self-care, self-love, number one. So all these things that you're listing are things that we need to do for our own self, number one. And if we are in a great space, we are great humans for everybody else who's dealing with us. So if you start your day and do things to fulfill everything for yourself, if you can manage to do that, find time also to do that, number one, whatever that is. For me, it's my workouts. I love to get them done. I don't know if they do anything, but they put me in a great space. Digital detox सबसे पहले हो जाता है because the phone is not in my hand. So number one, that's great, because most of us live with this phone, and we cannot help it. Like when I get told, even in the evenings when it's actually my time to use my phone, because I've done my 6 hours back and forth of driving, I've done my workout, especially, and when I'm socially having lunches with friends and stuff, I'm not using my phone, am I? So I'm obviously chatting with people. Occasionally looking at your phone कि किसी का message आया है, कुछ करना है, whatever. But you're trying to be there present.
गोद में है.
वो है.
मेरा तो वहाँ कहीं दूर है.
And I was trying to put it away, but because I'm not looking at it, I'm not using it. But try to keep that away as well, and not use it as much. And even though our life kind of depends on it, like the banking is on it, all the appointments are on it, like everybody you need to be in touch with or coordinate things, everything is on it. But what is eating me, and I'm trying to really like now improve that, is that these videos, these 30-second videos.
TikTok
तो नहीं है.
I don't have TikTok, by the way.
Insta भी है, but the point is that 30-second videos, I think I've become addicted to them, and I need to stop, and I'm starting to like not like try to make that conscious
Some of them are useful.
I know, but it really, you know what it's doing to our brain? It's like, I want to start reading back again. Which I really enjoyed. But again, I don't, unless I'm on the train or somewhere, I can't, where will I read? I'm driving.
Actually, one horrendous habit, एक मेरी बहुत ही बुरी habit जो बहुत अच्छी habit थी जो अब मैं नहीं करती हूँ, is reading books.
It's hard also.
I have moved to more TV shows, and isn't that terrible? I don't know, that is terrible, I guess. I used to be a huge book reader. Like, I was a big nerd that way, like till I guess, maybe till I had my son, I don't know, like till COVID, I was reading books. And I have so many books, and now I've just stopped reading. That's a really, I don't know.
Yeah, because I feel with myself, going back to reading,
don't know.
is these 30-second videos have really like
Taken
my
all-
concentration has gone. Like
Yes, that's it.
मैं जब
ADHD हो गया और मुझे
दो तीन लाइनें क्या
social
पढ़ती
media की
हूँ,
वजह से.
दो तीन लाइनें पढ़ती हूँ,
Yeah.
then I have to read the lines again. Like, what did I read? I'm like this because I short the memory. Become so short. Even when I'm watching TV, if it's not doing it for me in the first like couple of minutes, I'm back to my phone because I'm like these 30 seconds videos.
Like these little hits of.
So need to like I'm trying to move away from that.
It's like drugs.
Yeah.
These videos are like drugs.
They are.
You actually get addicted. I mean, I'm sure we know this, but like we just need to remind ourselves that we get so addicted to these quick bursts of satisfaction that we like to sit a book, you know, a long delayed pleasure, like it's
Yeah.
over like maybe a month it might take you, or a few weeks, or at least a few days.
So my son's put a limit
My
on
brain's
my
not
phone,
used to that
and he's
anymore.
like the phone goes off, and then
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to use the app. Which
Your
I found
son has,
really
like, locked your phone.
annoying, but I think I need to get it needs to be done because
Yeah.
I don't want to be on my phone. I mean, I have to be on my phone anyway to do a million other things like little banking, this, that, buying, whatever. I don't want to be scrolling these 30-second videos. को करते करते आप बैठते हो, you know, you're there for half an hour, 40 minutes, पता नहीं लगता.
Absolutely.
It's useless, by the way.
One habit, actually, this reminds me, the phone thing that I think has made me a better person is not using my phone when I'm at lunches and dinners with friends. Now I know that
We can't do that
No,
anymore.
I don't. I do that now. I leave it in the purse, and Hajra, it has made me a better friend in the sense that, like, because I'm just totally. Bhai, if you're
Yeah,
going
I can
for-
say that about Annie because she would be sitting there and making like booking things, doing things, whatever things, and she's like, "It's a minute, give me a minute, give me a minute, give me a minute," and it would be like,
So you're saying I'm lying? Or what do you say?
"No, you're better. You're getting
I'm better,
now."
right? No, now, yeah, because so I'm saying it's made me better
Yeah.
because I would go out.
Yeah.
I would be doing my work. I remember we were at a dinner and I was
Yeah.
like, "Mujhe audition bhej," whatever, right?
yeah,
ठीक
yeah.
है. So I was like, what is the point? If I'm taking out time, I've gotten a sitter, or I've just taken out that time that I'm going to leave the house and hang out with friends. What is the point if I'm on my phone? मैं क्यों वहाँ गई थी?
Yeah.
क्यों उस dinner पे बैठी हुई हूँ? उन लोगों का क्या कसूर कि मैं उनके साथ बैठी हुई हूँ and I'm on the phone, and it now really annoys me, and it always did, but जब आप खुद करते हैं आपको पता नहीं होता ना. But when I go, like if I'm meeting a friend for lunch, dinner, or whatever, if it's a group, I have now started putting, like, not even taking my phone out. ज़ाहिर है अगर कोई emergency है, अगर
Yeah.
someone, you know, is calling, that's different, but normally even that emergency, they shouldn't be strapped to your, like, you know, it should take that, मतलब ज़रूरी नहीं है कि phone उधर ही है और वो एकदम से आप,
हाँ,
you know,
और
within
उसके
seconds
वक्त
हर
you have
चीज़ में
to.
react कर रहे हैं,
Yeah,
right?
because like people message me while I'm
Yeah.
driving or something. Call I can take, but messages, like I used to feel this burning sensation कि
Yeah.
oh my god, अब उसको तो नहीं पता ना मैं drive कर रही हूँ. I need to reply back. Why should I lose my license for this message?
और वो जो reflex हो गई, you know, like
Yes,
looking like
that instant. It's okay. Slow down. You don't have to get it done. Don't like overwork yourself. Like you can just slow down. You don't have to do things instantly because you're just rushing for absolutely no reason.
So I've become more present and a better listener by keeping my phone away, especially in social settings.
Okay, and I hope we can
What
keep
else?
each other on tab and say कि करते रहो and remind each other because I think everyone needs these gentle little reminders without annoying. Like my husband says it to me, तब तो मुझे like you're always on your, I'm like listen, I don't, that gets to me, but otherwise I need gentle reminders and sleeping on time.
Actually, that's you don't sleep that much, do you?
You know,
You've
I
told me.
used to love sleeping a while ago, but now I've realized, I think maybe by age or time or whatever, I think 6 hours के बाद तो मेरी आंखें खुल जाती है. Can't, like, even
I
on a
think
holiday.
there's definitely
right?
a correlation with age and the
Yeah.
amount of sleep a person can. And then when you have kids and stuff like that,
Yeah.
wo stress or wo, you know, like your thoughts
Yeah.
are like they never go off the way they do before.
But I
you,
used to
think, have
struggle.
kids.
Years ago, I used to struggle. Like, I used to get in bed and it took me an hour to sleep because these thoughts used to be like engulfing my brain. I used to be thinking of things that I should have done, should do, and planning all in my brain. And then I used to tell myself, okay, black screen. And then finally, I used to go to sleep. And now, I hit the bed, I'm gone. So I'm like, nahi, now I get in
good
bed
sleep.
and I'm like,
एक होता है
I'm
sleep
gone.
और एक होती
नहीं,
है
good
good
sleep.
sleep.
I'm gone. Because अब भाई हम लेट गए, अब जो होगा वो कल होगा.
Yeah.
That telling yourself, like, you have to slow down. Otherwise, you will be constantly a restless soul
So
walking,
that
sleeping.
so on sleep, the other good habit that I've also, I think only a couple of years ago, is trying to sleep before midnight, definitely like 10, 11 p.m. tak, because I was the person who would, like a night bird, right? Not waking up early. Even in college, I took my classes like 10, 11 baje se pehle. मेरी पहली class होती ही नहीं थी because I didn't want to wake up and get there for 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. or whatever. I just didn't like it. I'm not a morning person. Waking up at 5 or the minute the sun and going to sleep, but it is better for, I think, your overall health, mental health, physical health, just your mood.
Yeah.
Being awake as much as in daylight hours, or up to bhai 4:30 is getting, pitch dark.
Yeah.
But definitely one of the habits is sleeping earlier.
Yeah.
And then not having caffeine, sugar, and too much spice before sleeping definitely leads to better sleep for me, deeper sleep. Agar maine bahut sugar, like whatever, my Haribo Golden Bears or whatever nonsense, or chili chips. I love chili chips. Oh my god, Pakistan se itne सारे. But अगर आप वो रात में सोने से पहले खा रहे होते हैं, and that actually I did that last night because I was away for so long.
But then
I had ice cream and chili chips, and then the whole night I was like tossing.
I think it's a travel thing because I came back and I ate dunya ka sara junk in one day. I'm like, what am I doing to myself? But I think my body was tired also. But coming to that is eating habit. Like I've tried to improve my eating habit, but because I'm not a fussy eater and I eat anything and everything.
You're not a fussy eater.
I'm not a fussy eater, and I wish I was a fussy eater.
Why do you wish?
I don't want to eat everything. I don't want to have the desire कि सुबह उठते शाम सोते हुए I'm just dreaming कि क्या खाएं. Like come on, this is ridiculous.
I was staying with my friend and she was like, I'm so lucky I don't have a sweet tooth. I was like, you are so lucky you don't have a sweet tooth because sugar is actually just not good for you.
No,
refined
I left sugar
fruits
for 2 years
yes.
and I did not touch it at all.
Yeah.
And now I'm back to it. But I give myself deadlines. So Jan, I'll start and like
eating better. Eating better.
Eating better का क्या है कि I give this stupid rule for my own self, but I give myself 2 months in a year where I pig out. Because
what months are those?
Otherwise I have zero self-control.
Which months are there?
September and October.
Oh, that makes
sense. My 2 months
after the summer vacation.
That I will eat जो भी मुझे offer करोगे मैं ना नहीं करूँगी. I will eat it.
Exercise is another habit I've sort of just going like just making sure that every day आपके steps हो रहे हैं. Simple things वो जो like कहते हैं 10,000 steps अगर वो नहीं कुछ movement all the time. Yeah. Movement, weight training, that's a good habit that I have started, is again exercising. And because we are women of a certain age, strength training is a good habit. It makes me feel better here also in the head.
Yeah.
Obviously if you're looking better, most people tend to feel better if you're looking better. Another thing, well, a very big thing that I at least did to become a better person is obviously controlling anger. Now this again sounds very
but did you shout? Did you scream? Did you have like
just all of that actually. I think definitely growing up and historically I've been around people who have not been able to control their tempers, quick to react, get very loud, abusive as well, and showing a lot of anger. You can have anger, but like how to healthily sort of let it go through your body. And so I definitely, again, I said it before, like has
so
to
are
do
you
with
very
therapy.
Confrontational, you feel? You used to be,
but yes, bit more. And again, because I had been around people that are still, some of them, and were confrontational, so you obviously learn from your environment as well. But then you can do things, you can do so many things, again, breathwork, meditation,
move away from the situation.
Yeah, but these are things like like someone might say, if something pisses me off, or even my child or my spouse, mother, father, friend pisses me off, like really, and you get into a fight, and instead of like having a spat there, someone is able to go away, scream into their pillow, and then come out. Look at it, like just go, like you just take it away or you remove yourself. Sometimes it's easier said than done, because if you're used to just immediately letting it out or immediately reacting, then that's just what you're used to, and then you keep doing it. But eventually I was like, this is not good for me as well.
Too much, yeah.
Exactly, and it's stressful. you feel like crap, the people around you feel like crap.
And you
It's
say
just-
things that you shouldn't say sometimes, and you say too much in anger. So to control yourself and not say, because once you've said something which is
You can't take it
honestly,
back.
you can't take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of it has to do with just exactly not thinking before. Again, this is a small
and
habit.
the whole idea of
Yeah.
being angry and saying things is you want to say things that are going to be the meanest and the most horrible things.
And you don't necessarily mean
And you
them.
don't mean them, or you even mean them, but you shouldn't be saying them.
But you know when
just
you're
say it.
in your brain, your amygdala gets hijacked,
Yeah.
so that reasoning वगैरह goes out of the window, and your fight or flight sort of responsive that that sort of
Yeah.
flares up and it takes over everything, and you as you said, you end up saying things and behaving in a way that had you just breathed, taken time to sort of remove yourself and given yourself a little bit of time before reacting, you would not have said all those things and you feel bad about it. Take 3 breaths.
I just remove myself from the situation. I just
That's
don't-
amazing.
Even as like child, maybe like how parents get angry at you and siblings might have a fight, whatever. I used to be that one sibling who used to just shut her mouth. Go
How
in
did
the
you have that
corner.
wisdom?
I don't know
to do that?
Like I was like, no. I'll tell you what. It wasn't wisdom then. It was basically I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna even burn them even more. And because they're getting angry and they can't control what they say, they're gonna get even more angry.
कि तुम बस वहाँ calm or cool
Okay,
as a
how
cucumber.
can you be so cool, like not say anything, and things are being thrown at me or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna stay calm. I'm not gonna say anything, which I feel it helps, but also it's scary what someone like me, if I'm ever angry, like really angry.
Do you think if you don't react,
and then I will burst, and when I do
Yeah, I
burst,
was
it's going
gonna
to be
say.
the end of but also
no, but not
happens.
reacting, do you think that makes you like it simmer inside and you kind of keep that all and then
I
it comes
take
out
my
in a
time.
different way
if
or
I've,
no?
if someone has said something or I found out something, blah blah, whatever. Okay, so again, I'm really angry. I just try not to say anything and I move myself away from the situation, and then I just don't chat or talk with that person that's made me
Okay.
really angry, and I will stay away and quiet for as long as I think it has to die down.
Okay.
It has to die down because I just don't want to say things that I will regret, and most
Yeah.
probably you'd regret. And because the things I want to say also will burn bridges.
Right.
So it's either burn bridges or just be quiet. And if you give it a couple of days and everything dies down, honestly. You actually, when you think about it, why was I angry? Because of that. Oh, that was nothing. And it ends
Actually, this
up
happened
being
recently.
that.
I was at a lunch with a couple of friends and I was doing something, this other friend reacted, and the way she reacted, I guess, angered me or upset me.
Huh.
I mean, I guess I was more upset, like emotional, like I got emotional about it. So I felt like I was going to be a mixture of like angry, but also I might cry. So I just left. But that came across as being very angry because I literally got up in the middle of the lunch and there was 3 other people there. And the one person that I had the issue with, I just said, listen, I've got to go.
Yeah.
Because I'm not happy with what you said. Whether or not I like had instigated or whatever, I just didn't like that. So and then later on they were like, oh, but it was such a big deal for you to walk off, because I never walk off. Like, have you ever seen me walk off from anything? Maybe that hasn't happened in like the longest
But again,
time.
is that better than actually being there and creating a scene and bursting
That's-
and having a drama?
Yeah.
Like, I think
At
people
that
need to
point, I
expect-
made the judgment that
Yeah.
me walking away was better, and when I explained it to them, but then you have to obviously explain. ये नहीं कि आप बस चले गए और मैं बात भी नहीं करूँगी और मैं किसी को explanation भी नहीं दूँगी, बस भाग जाऊँगी. That's not right, because then people are going to take it. They're going to take it the way they're going to take it, and they're not going to understand कि आपके दिमाग में क्या है. People are not mind readers. So I did walk away, but then I called the other friends, because I wasn't ready to speak to that friend, and I called them and explained that I walked away because this is how I was feeling, and I just thought being over there I might say something
But you
that I
did it
might regret,
after.
or I might be embarrassed of just crying or whatever.
But you did this later.
And then
Later. Right?
later, of course, after walking
exactly.
off, and then with the friend who I had the issue with, we just gave each other space. And then naturally, because it wasn't some big betrayal or some big thing that had happened between us, which it was a small thing, but we just sort of talked it through. After time away gives you a perspective, and time does heal. चाहे
Yes.
बहुत ज़्यादा बुरी चीज़ें भी हो, मतलब ज़ाहिर है, within reason, if you give time to things, it gets better. Time
And
does
forgiving,
exactly.
forgiveness,
Yeah.
and as much as you can, it just lightens the load that you're taking on yourself. Just forgive people. Just let it go. Just don't keep these grudges
That's
in
a good
you.
habit. You're saying just go
Yeah,
on forgiving
yeah.
people.
Just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
keep grudges. Just let it be. Just I think everybody is on a journey. Everyone's different. That acceptance that people are different. They'll react in a different way. They'll say different things. You just control your emotions. I can't control your emotions. I can't control X, Y, Z. Let people react. But apna, just try to manage yourself as much as you can. And I believe as much as people feel maybe, I would rather do what you did, walk away. I mean, if in any situation, I won't want to stand and cry there because no one would appreciate my crying. Again, that would create a scene. Why am I taking someone else's lunch? Acha khushi ka why am I crying or shouting and embarrassing myself there? And people need to realize. I think the better thing to do is just walking away. Why should I even stand there and be fake? Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing's
Yeah.
bothered me.
I
It
can't
has
be
bothered
fake.
me.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to go away.
Yeah.
And I have done that a couple of times in the past.
Yeah.
And now
I can see you doing that more than
Yeah.
like I do.
because I'm like, rather than me knowing everybody else becoming the talk of like in whatever, because log to chhodte nahi hai na, one way or the other.
Huh.
So I might as well not say anything because now I walked away. There's nothing you can say I said. I didn't say anything to you. Just walked away.
Yeah.
Because I don't ruin my mood.
But you can't keep walking away.
No,
You do
no,
have to
I
talk
don't.
about it.
Then later.
What's the habit there?
Oh my
The
god.
habit there is don't take what other people say too seriously. That's another good habit.
Yeah.
Also, I think just don't give people that much. No, it's not about giving them importance, but just learn to filter out.
Filter out.
That is the best habit. If there was one habit that I could, just say that would make you a better person or me a better person, is stop. Just live and let live. Like stop being so bothered by wo dusra kya kar raha hai. That as or
I think
as
that
just,
can be only done when you're super busy and you've got no time to think of other people.
so do hobbies.
So do a million other things.
Hobbies,
Just
thank you.
Don't be occupied in spending your 1 hour, 2 hour a day in
पड़ोसी क्या कर रहा
सारी
है,
दुनिया के लोग
मेरी
क्या कर रहे
फैमिली
हैं.
के अंदर भी वो क्या कर रही है, वो किस तरह से कर रही है, उसने क्या पहना हुआ है, वो ये क्यों कर रही है, उस रिलेशनशिप में I feel like there's so much of that, and
There is so much of that.
And the people that don't do that are the people that, as you said, are busy with their own hobbies.
Honestly.
So, hobbies. Of course, also on the social media, from social media, I think a good habit is just not, if you can, limit the negative comments that you put out into the universe. If I have the time, I will read the comments.
Yes.
And if there's something that I think needs to be addressed, I'll address it. Now that that person takes it, they don't take it, I don't care. But if I have the time at that moment to have read that and to comment it, I obviously have the time.
Which you have done. And
Yeah, I
with
have done
that, if there's some good habit, better habits to make yourself a better person, please share with us. We would love to know. We will sign
Something
off.
that works for you, yeah. This is Annie
And Hajra,
Unscripted.
unscripted.
Finally.